Hello everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Risa, and I was a professional makeup artist for more than 20 years before becoming a full-time content creator here on YouTube. And a few years ago, I uploaded a video with this exact same title that I think I'm going to use for this one, Oldies but Goodies, a full face of my former Holy Grail products. When I went and looked back at that video, it performed pretty well, and the response was very good. And I know I had a lot of fun doing it because I do like to go back into my makeup stash and revisit products that I haven't used in a while. So that is what I've done today. This is the look that you will be seeing me demonstrate how to achieve. Unless you're very new to YouTube, I'm pretty sure you're going to recognize most of the products in today's video. You may even have them in your stash already. So I hope you enjoy seeing how I achieved this makeup look using a full face of former Holy Grail makeup products. All right, let's start things off with the eyes. I used to always use an eyeshadow primer because my eyelids are so oily. These days, most of the time, I just use a concealer like the Too Faced Born This Way on my lids as my primer. I put just a little dot here, and then I blend it out. But for the sake of this video, I am going to show you what I used to use all the time, and I still think is a really good eyeshadow primer if you do want to use a separate, specific eyeshadow primer, which is very important if you have very hooded lids and or very oily lids. My lids are still oily, but they're not quite as oily as they used to be. And this is the P. Louise Base Pro. The first time I ever purchased this, it came in a much smaller tube. I got it from the Morphe store. Oh wow, I forgot how highly concentrated this product is. I may have used too much. So there used to be a Morphe store here in Las Vegas at the Planet Hollywood shops. And I think a couple of years ago, they closed all of their brick and mortar stores. So the only way to purchase it now, I think, is from the P. Louise website, and I think, oh, I have more on this side than on this side, and I think you can also get it from Amazon, which I believe is where I ended up buying this one in this large tube. So now I'm going to take a little powder, some loose powder that I'm not going to show you yet because we're going to wait till I get to the complexion portion of this video. I'm just going to dust with a little powder. Truly, this step can be done with any powder. And for this look, I am going to use tape. If you watch my videos regularly or even semi-regularly, you probably already know all of my tips and tricks for applying eyeshadow to hooded eyes. And if you don't, I will have my playlist, my hooded eye playlist, linked in the description box of this video. This tape is eyelash extension adhesive, and the eyeshadow palette I'm going to be using today is the Soft Glam from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I know we all remember this palette. Wow, did I love this palette. And looking at it right now, I'm actually really excited to use it because I haven't touched it in the longest time. And I may have said this at the beginning of the video because I'm recording this first and then I'm going to record the intro, but I am really taking one for the team here because even though I do know that powder products are technically pretty safe to use for years and years, this palette might be a good 10 years old? No. According to Google, it was 2018, so 7 years ago. I'm going to start by placing the shade Sienna right on the outer corners of my eyes. Whoa, I forgot how pigmented these are. All right, we're gonna have to soften that up quite a bit. So I'm just placing it now. And then I'm gonna take a different brush and blend that out because that is a lot of pigment. So I'm going to soften that up, and then I'm going to blend it a little bit inward and then outward towards the temples. That is what the tape is good for. Giving me that nice lifted cat eye shape that I prefer. All right, now I'm going to use a little burnt orange, and I'm going to go right over the top of that sienna and bring it a little bit higher, because when you have hooded eyes, you want to make sure that you can see the eyeshadow with your eyes open. And if you notice, I am doing a lot of back and forth motion. Okay, now I'm going to take the shade Rustic, and I'm going to go and tap on the outer corner. And just leave that right here. And then blending that out. And I will have all of the brushes I'm using in the description box as well. And I'm going back and blending a little bit more with the shade, with the brush we used for burnt orange. All right, that's looking good. I just added a touch more. Now I'm using the shade Noir, and for that I'm going to use one of my favorite brushes. This is from the Morphe Makeup by Ariel eye set. And this is where I lost my audio, but thankfully it is not out for the rest of the video. It will come back. So as you can see here, I am just patting that black eyeshadow along my upper lash lines as close to the lashes as possible. And then once again, using the tape as my guide, I am attempting to do just a very slight wing. After that, I did something that I was supposed to do before applying the liner, which was adding a little bit of shimmer to my lid. I dampened a brush with some Fix Plus. I know this eyeshadow looks gold, but it's actually the bronze shade from the Soft Glam palette. So I just pat that all over the mobile lid, trying not to overlap with any of the other eyeshadows too much. Ultimately, I did have to go back in with a little bit more of the Noir shadow. This time I used a pencil brush, a tiny pencil brush, to make it a little bit more soft and smoky. And now I am gently removing the tape. For my base routine, I first went in with the Smashbox Original Photo Finish Primer. Smashbox was, I believe, one of the very first brands to ever launch a foundation primer. It is a traditional silicone primer. I recently raved about their newest Pore Vanishing Primer, which does do a little bit of a better job as far as, well, smoothing the pores. But I have to say this Smashbox Original did a pretty great job as well. It definitely made the foundation I used, which is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation, go on so beautifully. I at first tried applying the foundation with my IT Cosmetics Heavenly Brush number 7, but I didn't love the way that looked. So I switched over to this one from BK Beauty that worked absolutely beautifully. I could not believe how flawless my skin looked. The reason why I stopped using this foundation is because I've started to just reach for foundations that have a little bit less coverage than this one. It is really, really full coverage, this one from NARS, but I have to say I loved the way this looked. For concealer, I still think the NARS Radiant Creamy is one of the best ones you can buy for mature skin. It's definitely in my top 10. Of course, everyone's under eye area is different. You may have very dark circles and this concealer just doesn't provide enough coverage, or perhaps your under eyes are just way more dry than most. This one might not give you the most hydration, but I still think it is excellent. And you will find it in a lot of pro makeup artists kits. For my contour, I use the Westman Atelier Face Trace in Biscuit. I still think this is an excellent product. I've just found other things that I like better. So what I can do is I can list and link some of my newer favorites for you in the description box of the video. Okay, this is where I started sharing how I used to carry the brand The Balm at the makeup boutique that I owned in Minnesota from 2007 to around 2010, and how the Bahama Mama bronzer was my absolute favorite to use on clients, and how I continued to use it for many years, even after my store closed. It was one of the most perfect bronzer shades I had ever used. It's not too warm, it's not too cool, there's no shimmer in it. And then I moved on to blush, and for this I used MAC Peaches, which I definitely need to use more often because it is one of the most perfect peaches you can find. Even now, with all of the loads and loads of blushes that have recently launched just in the past year, there are so many good ones. There's just something special about MAC Peaches, and it's no wonder it has been a staple in the makeup collections of both professionals and non-professionals for so many years. After I applied the blush to my cheeks, I decided that I also wanted to add just a little bit to my eyes to blend out the upper portion of the crease. And then for powder, I couldn't decide if I wanted to use the By Terry Hyaluronic Loose Powder or the Chanel Poudre Universelle. So I ended up using them both. I used the By Terry underneath my eyes, and then I applied the Chanel to the rest of my face. The next step is brows, and guess what? The audio is going to come back very shortly. I decided to use the infamous Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. I own this pencil in caramel, taupe, and I think soft brown. I can't remember a time where I did not have this pencil in my makeup collection. I currently have some other new favorites, like the one from Ravi that I spoke about recently in some videos. Also the Patrick Ta pencil in the shade Blonde. But honestly, you can never go wrong with good old ABH pencils for your brows. All right, well, we have audio again. Sorry about that. Trust me, that is the last thing I wanted to have happen during this video. I'm not going to trash this whole video. I wish that you could have heard some of the things that I said. Hopefully, when I go and do this voiceover, I will not forget anything that's important. But I am kind of bummed because I do like when you guys get to hear more of my personality. Where is my concealer? You know, things like that, little moments like that where I have my brain fog. Darn it. It's always when the video seems to be coming out better than usual that I have these issues. Well, I actually haven't had this issue before because I've never had to connect my microphone to the computer. All right, now I'm going to take an Urban Decay eyeliner. These eyeliners, these 24/7 liners, used to be my favorites. I never used anything else. These days, I don't use eyeliner very much at all. If I do, I recently spoke of one by the brand Can Make that I get on Amazon. That works really, really well for tight lining. But I used to love this shade in particular called Black Market. I don't know if it was limited edition. Obviously, if it's still available, I will link it. Black Market is sort of a lighter black than a traditional black eyeliner pencil. And now I'm going to use that same Morphe Ariel brush without adding any more product to it. And I'm just going to sort of smudge out that line and bring it down a little bit lower. So it looks like a really smudgy lower eyeliner. We're going smoky today because I'm filming this on a Friday and I'm going out. So, thankfully, even though we had audio problems, we didn't have any makeup problems as far as the foundation not working out or anything like that. Okay, back to the balm. This is Mary Luminizer. Mine's so old it fell out. Gosh, this was my favorite highlighter. I loved it so much. It is so good. I'm going to take a little pencil brush and apply some to my tear ducts. Look at that. Why did I ever stop using this? Why? It's so good. I'm also going to put a little bit of this underneath the brow. And I'm also going to use it as highlighter on my cheeks. Okay, yeah. This is going back into my highlight rotation. I'll just glue this back into the pan. Look at that. I buy so many highlighters, and this was right under my nose the whole time. And I do think they still make this. Now let's do some lips. This combo used to be my go-to. Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude Lip Liner and Penelope Pink lipstick. And now I'm topping it off with the Dior lip oil. I think I have every shade of these lip oils. Now, when it comes to lashes, I never really had a holy grail lash until my own lashes came out with BK Beauty a few years ago. Unfortunately, they have since been discontinued. So I am going to use some that are still available that I used to wear a lot. They are from Velour. I'm going to go pop on these plant fiber lashes. As you can see, I've already used them before. They're already trimmed. And these are called Cloud 9. So I'm going to pop these on and come right back. So here we have the finished look. I've got to say, I am really glad I decided to do this type of video again, because I am really seeing why these were some of my favorite products in the past. And as I think I mentioned earlier, unless the sound had cut out at that point, we are so inundated with new products all the time, we forget how good some of our older stuff really, truly is. Don't get me wrong, I'm still going to be trying the latest eyeshadow palette and foundation and concealer that comes out, because that is just what I do. But for the 99% of you that don't make beauty content on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram for a living, you don't need to be buying everything that is new. I'm sure, like me, you have a lot of fantastic, thoughtfully selected products already in your makeup collection. Oh, I almost forgot to mention that all of the products, as promised, will be listed and linked in the description box, as well as tagged through YouTube Shopping if available. If you did enjoy this video, even though I did have to switch over to a voiceover for a little bit, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you are not already subscribed to my channel, I hope that you'll consider doing so. I do upload new videos at least twice per week. You can also find more from me over on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook under the same username, Risa Does Makeup. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video.